New to the Otome community, then let me present! Most of us you can find in the Otome subreddit or on Otome tweet, but wherever you look you'll see us complaining about undateable side characters. Rule number 1 of the Otome community. We want to date them all. We are never satisfied with dating all the 5 to 6 characters of a game, not even all the 100 of all the games combined. We want them all. All means all. Every side character who looks vaguely dateable or who is just too slow to run away. He shall be ours. For every single release, we have double the amount of complaints about undateable side characters. The last straw is always to ask the developers to make a fan disc where we can finally date everyone. And dare them, they add new undateable side characters and the whole drama starts anew. Even worse, of course, if there's no FD. Or if it doesn't do the poor side characters justice. Then the Otome doom shall be... No, actually, the complaint about undateable side characters directly correlates with how much the game is liked overall. The more undateable side characters, and the more you want to date them, the better the game. Not only are we ready to date them all, but rule number 2, we are also ready to buy them all. We practically beg publishers to give us expensive limited editions to spend our hard-earned money on, because we have no real-life friends to go to dinner with anyway. Not only do we love buying every limited edition at every price, we also do buy every game. Especially the Western market is thirsty for new localizations every day. So when a game comes to the West, everyone buys it. Though luckily, as there are coming more and more games to the West, thanks Axis and Idea Factory, English players can slowly become more picky and, for example, skip on this apparition or this one. And after every localization announcement, we are happy for a minute and then start whining about all the other hundreds of games that aren't localized yet, though we were wishing for them so long. Stop dreaming, guys. See a pattern? So when we don't get the desired localization, we might end up just buying the Japanese games, despite not knowing a single word of Japanese. We also might end up buying games just because they look beautiful. Because cute innocent girls as we are, sure, we all like pastel pink and don't need anything more to make us happy. Except the voice actor of our dream, who is also reason enough to buy every game he ever voiced. Ever. In Japanese, on consoles we don't even own. That's not the point. Unless, of course, we turn out to be a super weeb who grew up watching anime all day and learned Japanese in their sleep. Or actually learn Japanese for playing Otome games. Who would do that? And now it's our sole mission in life to play every Otome game in the world. But then we wake up sweat-drenched at night realizing there are also Korean and Chinese Otome games and a lot of other languages. Oh no! But we take on the challenge to buy and maybe even play every Otome game in the world. Because of this severe Otome buying compulsive disorder, our backlog is bigger than our future. We could literally live in the cases of all the Otome games we bought but didn't play. Thus, the backlog war was born. It's a never-ending fight against time and the harsh reality of new Otome games releasing every other month, almost on the verge of drowning in our own games, and addiction to consumption, need to possess and control. Each game we finish is a success on this never-ending journey. There should be self-help groups for every Otome player with a backlog. Because the thought is so scary, having more games than we could ever play in our lifetime, which reminds us of our own finitude. Thus we need to play more Otome games to forget our struggles in the fleeting joy of dating hot 2D men. Not knowing what we'll find in the huge pile of backlog games. And nevertheless we find ourselves pre-ordering every game without even knowing what it's about. We just need it. And if these games weren't enough, we still have the audacity to plead for FDs to basically any game that doesn't have one yet. Especially Café Enchantée. Having such a quest to conquer, Rule number 3. Sleep is for normies. We sacrifice our sleep schedule to spend more time with our 2D men, without a second thought. We may even take our full holidays just to dedicate our time fully to the 2D man of our dreams. Nothing is allowed to disturb us. Though we can still differentiate between 2D and 3D men, no one is superior over the other. We love them both. One in our heart and the other on our walls. Rule number 4. Merch obsession. Blankets, plushies, pillows, sticker, pins, itabex, you name it. In case we dare to forget about Otome in even a single second in our life, every centimeter of our apartment has to remind us of them. Our favorite characters, our favorite games. $600 for a body pillow is alright. That's Otomeflation, my friends. Thus robbing our spouses, neighbors to be able to afford this dandy, no problem. Because it's for him. And having our rooms decorated like this, there's no way another sane person would live there with us. As they'd immediately leave all frightened and we have all our money and time for ourselves and our to-be husbandos. And this obsession is even reinforced by the universal Otome FOMO, fear of missing out. What if I don't buy those limited editions and then the price for the keychains explode? This goodie is only in this edition of the game. That's my only way to ever obtain a Cupid Parasite Switch case. So it's a no-brainer, I have to buy the Chinese version of the game as well. And the Day 1 edition, and the limited edition from the UK, and digital edition from Australia to play it as early as possible. Buy money I saved to buy a house one day. Buy money I used to buy clothes. Buy social relationships that won't talk about Otome games with me. Because, rule number 5, don't you ever talk badly about an Otome character. Saying something bad about our favorite character will doom you. You are doomed. There's no saving you. Saying something bad about our favorite character is like saying something bad about our way of living, political view, or religion. It touches the most inner core of our character. Criticizing him is criticizing us. Personally. Very, very personally. And we get salty. Very, very salty. Because you apparently don't know what you are talking about, and you can't appreciate his true character. You are not the one for him, and I am the one for him. And this means you are practically asking for a 1,000 words essay on why this character is perfect, and you are plain wrong, you unappreciative bitch. Because everything in this community is positive and pink rainbow unicorns. Character threads are filled with appreciation and love, because only here love is stronger than hate. Literally. Only in the community we have a place to peacefully scream and simp together, officially sharing favorites, while secretly thinking we are the real MC and you don't stand a chance. So don't you dare harm this harmony with criticism, or even worse. Rule 6. The localization war. Misspellings. While we can already get angry about undateable side characters, there's nothing more infuriating than misspellings or grammar errors in our long-desired localizations. We don't speak Japanese, but we know how professional translators should do their job better. How dare they translate this sentence like that? That's nothing like the original. How dare companies don't want to invest a lot of money into localization and there's not enough time and money for a proper proofreading, thus leaving misspellings or little errors. How dare they think we'd buy every game regardless? But still, there are games we all particularly like. Rule number 7. Hakuoki or Amnesia was everyone's first Otome game, so we can't help but love them. And, of course, wish for the FDs to be localized and ported to the Switch. But at least we got an Amnesia port and FD localization. Amnesia? Yes, you hear correctly. Also known as The Cage. It's one of these if you know you know, but literally everybody in the community knows. But spoilers are the devil, so hush hush little darlings. Oh, also collects Malice. A lot of collects Malice. And donut memes. Yes, donuts are considered funny in this community, even just by themselves. Also could realize is considered romantic, if you didn't know. I didn't. Challenge me. But the ones you have to be most wary of are the Piofiore and especially young fans. Piofiore fans go crazy about this game. Lily is the best, Dante is the best, Nicola is the best, Gil is the best. But the young fans are the most dangerous. They are in love with the guy who could kill them any minute just because he's hot. And intimidate every new member of the community. Have you met Yang yet? He's the best. You need to play him. Now. Hi, have you met Yang yet? Liking Yang means we like dangerous allies. Which leads to rule number 8. There is no red flag as long as he's hot. Remember we date anyone? Yeah, literally. Brothers, cousins, old guys, young guys, murderers, psychopaths, sadistic vampires. The Diabolik lovers fetish is strong in this community. You either hate or love it. Either way, you will lose some friends. Don't mess with Diabolik lovers fans. It's not harassment, it's love. And stating otherwise would blame the MC as a victim. But not only do we like to be punished, we also enjoy some spanking ourselves from time to time. In general, we are always in for some sexy times and fan service, as long as it makes sense, of course. Hashtag naked upper body for character development and real man breasts. Though we are not all lonely singles, we do still share one common trait. We all are horny. Give us the love! Top places for localization wishes to often take 17+ games, known for their steamy scenes. Nothing wrong with that. And sometimes dating one guy at a time isn't even enough, but we start wanting harem or at least threesome games. Jakou, Lyla and the other triangle projects at your service. Oh, thanks Automate. Here, have all my money I can spend on more Otome games. And then we have the last and final debate. Rule number 9. Plot versus romance. The only food that can tear this peaceful community apart is the question: what is more important, the plot or the romance? And beware, this decision might decide your fate in the Otome community. Plot fans, a good deep story and plot is most important. Romance fans, we want more romance, just kiss already! Yang, hold my schwangwo. Hi, have you met Yang yet?